Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, we have a huge one today, guys. I'm tackling the bullying. Yep. And I'm going to try to do it all. I'm going to see if I can do it all. So I have basically the uni years, then marrying with the bullying of Charlotte, Australia trip, her court drama with the Mail on Sunday, bullying her way around that, and of course the bullying in the palace, and just an all-around bully. But I'm going to do it in a little bit of a different way. Each one are going to be separate parts, and I'm going to have a lot of funny, you guys, so we are going to enjoy. So let's just get started. Okay, well, so I thought I would just start out with this. I have just this short little thing here because it will kind of, I don't know, it kind of just enraptures all of what we're going to talk about. So I'm just going to read it really quick. This is about her bullying. Meghan's former boss came forward and said she was abusive to staff. She would bully people and scream and harass him when she didn't get what she wanted. You can read the interview online. Her best friend of 30 years said Meghan became unrecognizable after becoming famous and that she no longer recognized her friend, and that the terrible way Meghan treated her first husband ended their 30-year relationship. According to her own best friend of 30 years, Meghan was not a nice person. Her uncle called her a diva. Her African-American family said she basically wanted nothing to do with them after becoming famous. Her family called her a bully and a narcissist. Her sorority sister said she bullied a girl so badly she quit the sorority. Her classmate Dylan Lynch came forward and said Meghan was rude, narcissistic, and mean. One waitress on Quora who waited at her table said she was so mean she actually made her cry. Some of her Canadian friends made statements about how Meghan completely ditched them after becoming famous. After she hit it big, she was too important to sit with them. Her security guards quit because she kept putting their life in danger. She was told how to act and was told if she didn't act a certain way, it could put all of their lives in danger. She didn't care. I guess the lives of security officers don't matter because Meghan Markle's famous and has fame, well-connected friends. She and her PR team can get loads of people to say only nice things about her, but her friends, family, and staff all say the same thing, that she uses people to social climb, then abandons them. According to her classmates, staff she abused, family and friends, she is not a nice person. Okay, so we're starting at the university. I think this is her university graduation, but some say she didn't graduate. But I also know you can wear the cap and all that and not have graduate and have to come back and finish. So I don't know. But I'm just going to show you a few pictures from that time, like 5 or 6. And this is that bestie that she had all those years and basically dumped like she was, last week's garbage. I do not know this fella. But this was in the same period, I guess, of her university. And there she is, Rachel Markle. I love it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was the sorority house that she was in on the university. I'm pretty sure. And this is where she went to partay. Yes, of course, because college and, whatever. So that's where she went, apparently.
Panics after facing legal troubles over Northwestern Uni bullying accusations. Meghan Markle faces legal trouble amidst allegations of bullying at Northwestern University. She was accused of bullying in school and sticking some poor girl's eyelids together with superglue. Thomas Markle had to pay out a lot in compensation to hush it up. Back then, Meghan's journey saw her pledging to Kappa Kappa Gamma, a sorority renowned for its reputation and notability. Its stance against hazing, a refreshing departure from the grim haze engulfing college campuses notorious for such practices. Hazing, a form of modern-day bullying, remains a troubling presence despite efforts by college administrators to combat it. Northwestern University, though not immune, had seemingly maintained a degree of insulation against these degrading rituals. Yet Meghan's actions defied the narrative. A fact that emerged when she was implicated in a shocking incident that shook the university community. Rumour has it that Meghan was kicked out of the sorority because she superglued fellow students' eyelids together. The story was shared on Quora and was told by a tweeter. The person had a neighbour who has a cousin that used to be married to a postal worker who delivered mail to a Northwestern University assistant professor who taught one of her traumatised sorority sisters. The post read, "At 20, Rachel Meghan Markle took part in an unspeakable hazing incident. She used superglue, not eyelash glue, to glue shut the eyelids of two first-year sorority pledges." What kind of moron does that? Only someone who's insanely smart, right? Or would it be someone who has malice and envy in her heart? The outcome of this hazing incident was that two young women were almost permanently blinded and so traumatised that they couldn't bear to even be in the same room as this malicious criminal. Meghan's father used his lottery money to buy a legal representation that was able to get a record sealed, which is why Northwestern is completely silent on the subject of Rachel Meghan Markle and place a gag order on. A thorough investigation by university authorities confirmed these unsettling details, prompting swift action from the Northwestern University Council. The council convened promptly, expelling Meghan from the institution, citing her actions as a grave violation of the university's code of conduct. Absolutely disgusting action from someone who does it for her own filthy delight and enjoyment, without any remorse or shame. This is Meghan Markle's whoopee and belly of laughs to fulfill a need for amusement and fun at the cost of others. It may have been the rage in the decade of the 90s to use contact adhesive, but just who uses superglue on fellow classmates except Meghan Markle? Sadly, the victim was prevented from speaking out and was forced to sign a non-disclosure agreement after receiving cash compensation. Needless to say, in supergluing another girl's eyelashes and causing the victim extreme pain and distress, poor Papa Thomas Markle had to come to his deviant daughter's rescue once again by bailing her out once more, allegedly having to fork out a substantial amount of money in compensation just to keep everything hush-hush. Apparently it explains why none of her sorority sisters from Kappa Kappa Gamma celebrated a wedding. We're becoming more and more irritated and shocked as we discover more about Meghan Markle and her antics. They're not only tiresome and absurd, but also revolting and repulsive. We've had enough and are sick to death of Meghan Markle's immoral. Meghan panics after...
Okay, that's something else, isn't it? I know you guys know the story, but wow, it's people, oh, it's not true, it's not true. Yeah, it's true. So I found a bunch of stuff, but I thought I'm not going to do that. I'll just read this one little piece because it's got everything in it. And then I'm going to put a funny on. And that's what I'm going to do with all of them. Each one that I put, show you the bullying. And then I'm going to put a funny on because I want fun. I do. And we've got new ones, you guys, things you haven't seen, all kinds of stuff. It's wild. Okay. So this says, this is the best answer I could get from someone who was actually there. So that says something. Universities issued ultimatums, clean up our acts or we're gone. Many sororities recognize kicking out and reforming problem chapters. They come up with a disciplinary committee who investigates complaints and refer serious violations to the disciplinary board for final judgment. The case we heard from Meghan's chapter was one of the worst I have heard and involved 4 sisters who had used their sister status to put 3 pledges through cruel, malicious, bordering on sadistic situations. The inquest is sealed, but I can tell you one involved superglue. I will say that as president of the board, the last thing she should have done was approach me for a hug. I told her to wipe that smirk off her face, and she better hope that none of the victims decide to talk. That's why no one from her chapter has talked about her. Good to know. I don't blame them one single bit.
Do Miss Williams' advice.
Yeah, but what was his best bit of advice he gave to you?
He met you and he said, run, 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 Harry, run. She's a wrong un. But we went out to that restaurant and they left.
I don't know why they left. I mean, I didn't fart that loudly. and then, look, Kate just got all offended. She made a funny little face, didn't she? Her face got all scrunched up.
Hey. Trust me, guys, there is so much packed into this video. Like, we are barely scratching the surface right now. I've got so much funny stuff coming. I can't even wait to show you. Okay. First, though, now we're going to tackle Charlotte and the bullying that ensued there. So I've got like 4 pictures just to kind of set the scene. And this, I love this picture because it's our queen giving her the eye that she deserved. I have never in my entire existence met anybody this brazen. This was such a huge event, a global event, and she still could not keep it in and had to glare at Princess Charlotte. Unbelievable. I wanted to show the family, you know, how decent they are. Like, they're so good. They really are totally decent people. They didn't deserve a Meghan in their lives. That's for darn sure. And Kate, she's such a good mom, you know? Like, this woman bullied her little girl. And she's still just phenomenal. This is the last picture, and then I have a little clip, but like, just darling, you know? An absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous mother and daughter. Like, when Princess Charlotte grows up, I can't wait to see how gorgeous she's going to be, you know? She will be. She'll knock everyone's socks off.
Bullied Princess Charlotte. During her wedding rehearsal, Meghan had put Kate to tears over Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid's dress. The duchesses disagreed over the length of Princess Charlotte's hemline and the fit of her dress. Meghan Markle also had an issue with whether the bridesmaids should wear tights at the wedding. To add to this, Meghan compared Princess Charlotte unfavorably to her best friend Jessica Mulroney's daughter. Later, the Duchess of Sussex denied all these claims, saying that it was Kate who had been rude to Meghan.
All right, what happened on Thanksgiving, Harry?
We were sitting down to dinner. They brought out the turkey. And William carved the turkey.
Okay.
He brought out white meat.
Of course, yeah, it's the white meat.
And dark meat.
Oh, God.
Of course, my father and my brother preferred the white meat.
Of course.
But my grandmother, the Queen, she actually insisted on eating exclusively dark meat.
Well, there you go.
And it was still hurtful. Well, because she was chewing it aggressively. I think for my grandmother to express a desire to eat exclusively dark meat was clearly a dig at M.
Oh, my God.
But
Okay, well, why did she say she wanted the dark meat?
she claimed that it was easier to chew.
Perfectly sensible.
She was really enjoying chewing the darker meat.
What are you trying to say, Harry?
I think she wanted to eat Meghan.
Oh, my God.
And I love my brother, and I love my family, and I love my grandmother.
Yeah,
But
sure you do.
it was hurtful. Turkey is bile.
Okay, Australia time. I've only got 3 pictures, and then I have a clip and then a funny. So it says, while Harry and Meghan stayed at this beautiful house above, she was only nice to the good-looking staff. The staff was afraid of her, and they said she constantly used vulgar language, the F words. On one of their events, it was reported that Meghan brought her famous banana bread. The staff member stated that the banana bread was made by them. Meghan had sent them late at night to get the ingredients, and she made them do several batches. She yelled constantly at the kitchen staff until they made the ones that she liked or that tasted right. Oh my God, I totally believe that. Okay. So, this is the banana bread that she supposedly made. Same staff member said there was a lot of fighting between Harry and Meghan, that he was upset that they announced the pregnancy so early. They slept in different bedrooms. After one of their fights, a staff member brought her some tea. Meghan said the tea did not taste right and threw it at the staff member. That's where that came from. This person complained to Lady Cosgrove, pictured above, who went to Meghan to tell her this behavior is not tolerated. Meghan's response, verbatim from staff member, F off, don't you know who I am? What the hell? Lady Cosgrove spoke to the abused staff member and she was rewarded financially by the RF. I'm not sure whether she threatened to sue or not. Yes, I'm in Australia. My hubby has had more interaction with them than I have had at Admiralty House. I've had the chance to be there a couple times, and she's a horrible two-faced piece of work. Very, very thin. Like I said, when the cameras are gone, she's been treating people like dirt. She's always swearing. Look at that banana bread. Doesn't even look good. So I thought this was actually important to read. You neglected to mention the staff member was burnt badly enough to require medical attention, resulting in a payout of $250,000, you guys. The palace is not in a habit of paying out that kind of money willy-nilly. It must have been a serious business for a serious amount of money. Also, Prince Andrew was sent to Sydney to apologize for that incident and also other places in the South Pacific for her insulting behaviors. Wow, you know it's bad when...
that Meghan allegedly spilled or threw tea at an employee during the Australian tour. Employees of Meghan have been viewed in various stages of distress, crying, shaken, undermined, with at least one allegedly paid off after 6 months' employment. However, she always denies the accusations. Meghan's fury because she wasn't going to have all of Admiralty House to herself, but rooms, the fights with Harry that were loud, the constant insults to the employees, the insult to the wife of the governor at the time, the fact that Meghan took to Jessica Mulroney as an assistant, even though they were going on vacation, the fact that Meghan was heard to say when she arrived at the Sydney Opera House that she didn't believe that he didn't get paid to do that she didn't believe that she wasn't getting paid to do that, the insult in the market, when she left, when she saw the poster for UN Women, the mistreatment of Melissa Tubati that made her cry in public. That trip to Australia was an absolute nightmare for everyone involved, except for the Harkles, who considered themselves the most popular members of the British royal family.
I found this person on TikTok, and he does a parody of Meghan. It's hilarious.
I just want to clear something up because everyone's just like, Meghan Markle, why'd you leave the monarchy? Meghan Markle, you had it so good. Meghan Markle. I just want to tell you guys, it was so weird. There's so many rules. They're just like, Meghan Markle, wave like this, curtsy like this. Meghan Markle, don't high-five the waiter. And I'm just like, why not? These are bomb-ass zucchini chips. And then my husband, what the fuck is his name? Oh my God, what is his name? William's brother's all pissed.
William's brother?
Just like, I'm Meghan Markle. I get to do what I want. I'm an American. You tell that old bag of bones. And the queen was right behind me. I'm just like, F my L. My husband, I want to say Mark, was just like, we've got to be proper in front of Gran. And he's like, oh my God, grow a fucking sack, Harry. Harry. His name is Harry. Ew, gross. Meghan Markle.
That kid made me laugh. All right, so now we are on to her bullying her way in the court system. This is going to be my favorite part, you guys, because I have a PPP, and wait till you see it. You're going to be like, what? Oh my God, it's so perfect. Anyway, so all I have are just 3 headlines. I didn't need to get into a bunch, so it just says Meghan wins legal battle against the Mail on Sunday. Okay, yeah, we know. Meghan to receive just £1 from Mail on Sunday for privacy invasion. All right, then. And last, Meghan wins ruling in Mail on Sunday privacy fight. All righty. Now, you guys, the clip I am going to show you, I have never seen before. Please tell me if you guys have, because I'd be shocked if you did, but maybe, I don't know. It's just very strange to me that she has cameras at this specific moment. But we're going to watch it. This is the strangest thing that's happened. I had the clip, and if you guys saw my post, I couldn't put it on because of copyright. No problem. So my husband learned how to put a segment in and a segment out so I didn't have to redo the whole video, which was just amazing. So he did that, and I just took out I muted it so we could just see the picture, watch it, right? And I would just talk through it. Yeah, that also got a copyright, you guys. Like, holy crap. All that tells me is that they are, like, locked down with everything that they've got. So, what I've done instead is I took just a few, because I'm worried about taking too many even, of what happened in this scene and share it with you, because the reason it's so important is because the skit with PPP after is literally based on this scene. And to me, it's crazy. Okay, so this is when she was waiting. And you know, like, Netflix were there and everything. Come on. She knew she was going to win. They would never have recorded. She knew. Anyway. So they're recording this special personal moment where Harry is talking in the background. I just took the pics I thought would show the most, you know, the actress in her, right? She has to give them drama. They were paying her big bucks. So this phone call was el importante, but I don't think it was, you know what I mean? Okay. So she's all, oh, I'm so worried. And in the clip, I don't know if anyone's seen it and I can't show it and I'm so sorry for that. But she's like, I'm just so stressed and I feel nauseated and just, oh my God, ridiculous. And this I had to show because, like, all I did was watch the clip, you guys, and take some screenshots. That's it. These pictures aren't, you know, like, from anywhere but that. So it's from Netflix, but I guess it's just photos. Anyways, I actually caught where she does her left eye. You know, oh, give me 3 seconds in my left eye. You know, she'll get a teardrop. Oh my God. So I caught it. I was like, oh, yay. So I could show you guys. Well, you've seen it, but you know what I mean. So she gets the call that she supposedly didn't know was coming, but did. And she's all excited and happy. And of course, the call's from London. And where is she? In Monty Shit Show. Because, of course, why should she be bothered to get her little delicate arse all the way to London? Well, we know why, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then literally, you guys, she actually had enough nerve to do the fake crying crocodile crap. Unbelievable. Like, you know, like, just crazy. This is actually probably a positive representation of her, you know, with the big ass grin, because she knew damn well it's like the, you know, the bird that ate the canary, really. Okay, so this is the last video, or sorry, picture, I apologize. But I wanted it to show she's covering her mouth because she's got a shit-eating grin on her face, no question in my mind. But look at her eyes. She just knows she got away with it, right? Like, she did. She got away with it. So she got her £1 or whatever, and then, you know, the claim to fame. So I am hoping and praying, guys, that this will actually get to you. I have never had so many issues in my life trying to get a video together. I swear. And why won't I give up? Well, that's how I am, right? Like, I started it, I'm going to finish it. So let's just hope this one goes through. All right, so I guess we're going to get to the skit of PPP, and I hope you enjoy her, guys. Okay.
Oh, waiting for this answer for this phone call's taking forever. I've been in so much stress in my life. Like, of course I knew that letter to my dad would be out there. I put it out there, for God's sake. But I'm still gonna win. My lawyers are positive I'm gonna win. Oh my God, this is just horrible. Waiting. Cut! Oh, is that good, Mr. Director? Do I have to cry more? We all know that I can do the tear from the left side of my eye in like a second. Just give me 3 seconds, if that's all it'll take. No? Oh, okay. What do you want? I have to just sit here and wait for them to say yes? Oh my God, that takes forever. But as you know, I'll do it because I am a professional in all areas of my life. Ha!
Oh, I so hope you like that little skit. I tried very hard to make it the same outfit and everything. So please let me know, you guys. Alrighty, so I'm going to put a Meghan Kelly on because she says it like it is, for sure.
Need somebody to give him specifics on what they did wrong. Or here's just a couple off the top of my head, all right? Your wife's a bully. Her former press communications person who worked for both you and your brother, Jason Knopf, is on the record about the bullying she committed against people who were younger than she was, or who are less powerful than she was within the palace, who she made cry all the time. One of the other people that she apparently made cry was Princess Kate. She told Oprah that Kate made her cry, but now we know from your own book, Harry, that it was Meghan calling Kate a baby brain. It's your baby brain after she gave birth to her third child. That has a tendency to make people not like you. When you have the nerve to comment on their hormones after they just had a baby when you barely know them. Number two, she's a brat. We know from Dan Wootton's reporting that she was upset about her tiara. She wanted the one and she couldn't get it. And Harry said what Meghan wants, Meghan gets, and the Queen had to reprimand him. That's the kind of story that makes people dislike you. Your wife abandoned her entire family. She cut ties with virtually everybody whose shoulders she had stood on her way up the fame scale, just as soon as she met you. Well, that seems a little rude, too. Kind of disloyal. Your fights with the press. Forget the lawsuits, though. It's your whiny statements about the nasty press. But you don't think George Clooney's had negative things written about him? Tom Cruise had negative things written about him? He doesn't use his speeches or his media appearances to whine about the mean media. They say the things that aren't true. We're sick of it. Shut up about your negative press coverage.
Okay, now we're going to get into bullying of the royal aides and their assistants and all of that good stuff. I told you guys I am doing a pretty deep dive, I think. I'm trying to cover all of her bullying. I mean, there's lots more, but I can't make a 3-hour video. So anyways, we're going to get to that.
What happened, in my view, is that the royal family has decided, since that by law they are not allowed to reveal the contents of the inquiry, because that would violate the privacy and the confidentiality of the participants of the inquiry, which is perfectly standard across any corporate body, which the royal family in this instance is included in. They have decided that by elevating him to the extent that they have, they could have made him a member. They made him a lieutenant, which is tremendously senior. And it is really saying Meghan was a bully. And since we can't say it, and since we can't reveal the contents of the report, we are making the point that the person who revealed it is being honored by us. It is a very elegant way of making the point.
Making the point. Indeed. A legal note, Lady C, because you know both sides of the story always here on GB News. Meghan has denied on multiple occasions bullying anyone.
I love this next clip because this had to have pissed her off big time. And it just shows you how brilliant the royal family is.
News. Royal assistant who called Meghan Markle a bully receives high honor from Prince William at Windsor Castle, leaving Sussex's fans furious. Jason Knopf has been appointed a lieutenant of the Royal Victorian Order in recognition of his services to the royal family. The honorary title acknowledges those who serve the monarch or the royal family in a personal capacity. The alleged accusation occurred when Jason worked as Harry and Meghan's communications secretary in October 2018. He sent an email expressing his concerns about Meghan to William's private secretary, seemingly attempting to persuade Buckingham Palace to implement protocols for the protection of the entire team. Meghan's legal team consistently denies the allegations of bullying. The brilliance of this move lies in the fact that, without uttering a single word, the royal family allegedly confirms that the report on the covered-up bullying is damning and that Meghan Markle is indeed a narcissistic and sociopathic power abuser who was a nightmare to work with.
Results of this inquiry into Meghan's bullying of staff members at the palace doesn't paint a very pretty picture of her, but we're never going to see it.
they should probably say something along the lines of some protocols were not followed and we've intervened to make sure these are more robust.
Great news this morning, guys. An investigation into claims that my wife systematically bullied staff employed within the royal household has now been officially brushed under the carpet. It's claimed that my wife bullied 2 personal assistants out of the household and undermined the confidence of a third whilst we were still serving members of the royal family. As our lawyers stated when these allegations were first made against my wife, she's the victim of a calculated smear campaign based on misleading and harmful information. Bullying simply isn't in her character, and whenever she hits me, it's generally because I've done something to deserve it, or so she tells me, and I don't have any reason to doubt her. Buckingham Palace hired some third-party lawyers to investigate the allegations with a view to improving policies and procedures regarding the treatment of staff. That investigation has now been concluded and its findings will quite rightly not be made public. That does mean, unfortunately, that there can be no justice or closure for those members of household staff who did feel they were being bullied. But I do think it was sensible to just bury the whole matter. No point annoying my wife even further. No one truly knows what she's capable of when she's angry, and there are a lot of blunt objects and sharp instruments in our LA home that could potentially be used as projectiles or weapons. Anyway, I don't want to say any more about this matter at the moment. Otherwise, I'll have nothing to talk about. In the 4 autobiographies Penguin Random House have paid me a large amount of money to write that, quite frankly, I haven't even started yet. It's a relief to put these allegations to one side so that my wife and I can refocus on our vital humanitarian work. Because above all else, we care very deeply about other people, apart from the ones we're bullying.
Okay, so I did leave some stuff out, you guys, because, wow, it's going to be too long if I keep going. I could, but I won't. So this will be it, and we're going to laugh with Sam, and it's about the allegations of bullying. Got to keep with the theme. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here, and I appreciate every moment you spend with me, and I mean that sincerely. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, and I'm going to enjoy Sam with you.
We have a question here from Twickenham and a Mr. Thomas Tadpole, who wants to ask you both about the palace's investigation into bullying by Meghan, which has been completed but will not be published. I think it speaks for itself. I mean, it always was ludicrous, you know? But I think they've decided not to publish because there was nothing to publish. We've been fully vaccinated. Oh, do you mean vindicated? Possibly. We've also been fully vaccinated. Look, we have been vindicated, you know, and I think it's further proof that they had it out for me from the beginning. You know, they were prepared to perpetuate falsehoods just so they could injure my good name. I don't ask what's in it. I don't ask what number booster it is. I just roll up my sleeve, get my shot, get a stamp on my card, and go and collect my free Krispy Kreme donut. No, Harry, we're on our vindication at the moment. From the palace bullying probe, it turned out to be a nothing burger that we always knew it would be. Yeah, but vaccinations are an important part of the fight against COVID, against monkeypox, against bodily autonomy, and against freedom. Yeah, I agree, Harry. It's very important. But you're starting to sound a little bit anti-vax, Meghan. Of course I'm not. The question from Thomas Tadpole was about the bullying probe at the palace, you know? I was the one being bullied. I once had 3 vaccinations at one time. A quick nap, a blueberry muffin, then I was back in the queue for a booster or 2. So you obviously deny all the bullying accusations against you, Meghan. Look, it's a complete joke, you know? I mean, they had it out for me because of my race. Look at the royal family themselves. I mean, one of them actually said, whilst I was pregnant, I wonder if Archie will turn out to have a ginger afro.
I don't even drink a cup of tea anymore. I draw it up into a needle and I inject it straight into my veins. You can even mix a digestive biscuit in there, or Garibaldi, but the raisins do tend to get stuck.
Oh, God.
Gary what? Baldy. And the great thing about injecting my tea is that it frees up a lot of spare time that I can use concentrating on fixing mental health all around the world. Oh, right, so everyone's a winner. Oh, and these anti-vax idiots. I mean, I've been injected into every muscle at least twice. And look at me. Yes, but if your aim is to combat vaccine hesitancy, then I wouldn't lead with that, Harry.